Now, before hostilities actually broke out in Europe in the summer of 1914, this was not something that was unforeseen. There had been a major buildup in Europe toward this point for going on about the last 40 years. Many different things had been happening. One, looking back, was the Franco-Prussian War, where Germany was actually united as a result of the actions of Napoleon III. And they took Alsace-Lorraine from France, and France wanted revenge on Germany like nothing else. And Britain, what they wanted, they simply wanted peace. They just wanted peace and trade, and not interrupt commerce. And the Russians, they were having strikes happening all over the place. They had just gotten their rear ends handed to them by the Japanese in the Japanese-Russian War of 1905, so that didn't go well for them in that situation. And what was going on was, after the unification of Germany, Kaiser, not the Kaiser, Otto von Bismarck, who was one of the military leaders of Germany, he said something quite prophetic. He said, "The next war will be caused by some damn fool thing in the Balkans." And people didn't know just how true those words were going to become. Now, among other things that were happening in Europe at the time were the three monarchs, you could say, of the three biggest countries of Russia, Germany, and Great Britain were all cousins. Yes, all three of them. Tsar Nicholas of Russia, Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany, and King George V of England were all grandsons of British Queen Victoria. So they all had a family relationship. There are many letters going back and forth between Germany and Russia where they're calling each other Nicky and Willy. That's how it's going back and forth as they're discussing what they're going to do in the war. And so the thing is, Kaiser Wilhelm and Tsar Nicholas were actually full-on monarchs in their country, where King George V was part of a constitutional monarchy, so his powers were ceremonial by that point, deferring most of the power to the people. And so what had happened here is Germany is in a precarious situation. They had a very angry French country on their border. And in 1913, France literally doubled the size of its army. Now, to ask the question, who was France looking to use that army against? Luxembourg? Belgium? Spain? Who else were they going to be using it against except for Germany? And they were stuck between two major powerhouses. Germany was allied with Austria-Hungary, but had a Russian army on its east and had a French army on its west. And we'll build on that more as we get into that. There you go.